Grayson. Near the left side, and Franks. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here on the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. Again, here as always, I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Here with our Raider Sports Report. It is the 2021-2022 basketball season preview show here tonight. As we'll get things started here, obviously, first and foremost, we want to congratulate the Wapahani Raider volleyball team on what was a outstanding season, to kind of wrap things up there with them. Ended up, I believe, finishing the season, it was 26-5. Lost in the Belmont sectional championship game, unfortunately, there in 5 sets. It was quite the thrilling 5-setter, without a doubt. And unfortunately, again, your Raiders kind of fell on the short end of the stick that time. But great group of young ladies, great coaching staff, and so again, a lot to be proud of there and a lot to build on heading into next season. But now as we transition here into the boys and girls basketball season, really looking forward to seeing what both teams can provide this year. Obviously, the boys basketball team had a lot of success last year. The girls, much the same, ended up finishing a game above 500. And really did some nice things, especially throughout the course of the latter part of the season there, in which we ended up finishing up 12-11. So hopefully we can build off of that and even improve that record that much more and win a couple championships along the way. So what we're planning on doing here this evening, folks, again with our preview show, a lot of you, I'm sure, have watched this throughout the course of the years and how we do things. We're going to look at both the girls and the boys basketball schedules, kind of go over a little bit about what team, both how they're kind of set up for this year compared to what last year's team looked like, what returning players we have, who we're missing, and kind of what to look forward to. And then Red and White Night coming up on Friday night. Like I said, really looking forward to that. Great time to be able to kind of get everybody out there on the floor, not only at the high school level, but at the middle school level as well. Whether it be 6th grade basketball, 7th grade, we have the bowling team, cheerleaders, the whole ball of wax. We're ready. We're really looking forward to that one coming up on Friday night. But at this time, we'll go ahead and look at the Wapahani Lady Raider basketball schedule. And I'm going to send things on over here to Redbeard to break that down for you.
Yeah, thanks, Marv. Yeah, the girls' first game was actually this weekend on Saturday at Union. And we're back to Wapahani for back-to-back home games. We have Delta on the 19th and Delville on the 20th. They're on a 2-game away stretch. We're on Monday the 22nd, we're at Westdale. Then Saturday, November 27th, we're at Eastern Hancock. Then we have a 3-game home stretch. On the 30th, we play Blue River at Wapahani. Then December 2nd, Thursday night, we have Cambridge City Lincoln. Saturday the 4th, where we have Randolph Southern High School here. Then we have a 3-game away stretch. Tuesday, December 7th, we're at Yorktown. Thursday, December 9th, we're at Winchester. And Tuesday the 14th, we're at Frankton. Then we have another 3-game home stretch again. Thursday, December 16th, we have Cowan at Wapahani. Monday, December 20th, we have Muncie Central. And Wednesday, December 29th, we actually have the Wapahani Girls Holiday Tournament starting at 10 o'clock. Then we're at Newcastle on Thursday, January 6th. Then we have the county tournament starting Tuesday, January 11th through the 15th. The opening rounds are at Yorktown, the championship games at Delta.
Right.
Then we come back Wednesday, January 19th. We're at Monroe Central. Then we come back January 22nd for Union City. Then we're at Lapel, and then we finish the season senior night against Shenandoah.
All right, so that's what the girls' basketball schedule looks like, so thank you, Redbeard. And again, as I mentioned earlier, we have a team that, has quite a few returning faces this year. We only had one senior from last year, and that was Jalen Willis. And so it'll be nice, to have pretty much the entire full team back. Returning players such as Reese Baker, Kendall Thrasher, Layla Lee, Cameron Wise, Malia York, Lauren Luce, just to name a few. Then we're going to have some newcomers, some girls that might have played some last year but are now going to be fulfilling different roles. So you're going to be looking at young ladies like Zoe Swallow and Emily Thompson, Abby Cross, also Maddie Jefferson, just to name a few. Also Gabby and Destiny Felder. So we have, I think, right around 19 girls this season that is going to fill out this JV and varsity roster. And like I said, it's going to be neat to see how they do and kind of how they mesh together there throughout the course of the season. But this Raider team, again, like I said, finished up the regular season last year, 12-11. They lost in the Alexandria sectional, unfortunately, there, and it just, there was different parts of the season where we got things clicking, and then there was some parts where, we went on a nice little slide, where we weren't exactly playing so well. So you got to kind of ride out the ebbs and the flows of the sport, and hopefully be on the good side of things this year. But one thing I love to see a little bit more of here for this Wapahonee Lady Raider basketball team this year is being able to attack the rim. Not only attack it, but look to do it with confidence and conviction. You're not just going up there just to kind of chuck up a shot off the backboard. You're there to score it, possibly draw a foul as well, but do that, like I said, with a little bit more confidence and conviction throughout the course of the season, not to mention the fact that logically, if you do get fouled, you got to hit your free throws. They call them free throws for a reason. Nobody's guarding you. Take a deep breath, hit your shot. And that's one big thing for us that I think we struggled at throughout the course of the year. We only end up finishing up at 58% from the charity stripe. So we've got to do a better job not only of attacking the rim, but also knocking down those free throw opportunities because you never know. Throughout the course of a ball game, it could come down to free throws, and who can come out on top by that 1 or 2 points will make the biggest difference. And so that's one big thing. But not only that, but continue our stingy defense. I thought we played fairly good defense last year. I think that's extremely important to have each and every single ball game. And like I said, you can talk about that with either boys or girls basketball for any team across the state and throughout the country. It's so important to play great defense. And again, along with that, you're going to have deflections and, creating turnovers, rebounding, blocking out, communicating, on screens. There's so much to the game of basketball that you've got to perform every facet at such a high level in order to get the victory and to be able to, have that consistency throughout the course of the season. So these are, like I said, just some things that I would really look at here. I think that every team obviously should look at going into every season and continuing that on throughout the entirety of it. But we're really looking forward to the girls' basketball seasons, again, starting up this coming Saturday evening. It'll be a varsity-only game, 6 p.m. start time at Union. And I'm hoping, again, not 100% sure, but we're hoping that we'll be able to broadcast that one live there from Union High School. So again, that's the Wapahonee Lady Raider basketball team. Now we'll take a look here at the schedule for the Wapahonee Raider boys basketball team. So we'll start things off here. The Raiders actually have the Jamboree on Saturday, November the 20th. Now, obviously, that's not on the schedule there on your screen. But just wanted to throw it out there. It starts at 5 p.m. at Monroe Central High School. But the Raiders will open up the 2021-2022 campaign on the road at Southwood. There'll be a JV start time, 6 o'clock, varsity game to follow. Again, Southwood and Wapahonee's had very good basketball programs throughout the course of the years, and so that should be a great game coming up there to begin the season there at Southwood. Then on November 27th, our first home game will be against the Tri-High Titans. Again, that will be on Saturday, November the 27th. Then we've got a Friday night matchup at home against Winchester, followed by the next week we have a Friday-Saturday deal there with LaPel and Knightstown. Again, they're on December the 10th and December the 11th. Then back on the road again at Westell on Friday, December the 17th. Then the following night on December 18th at Alexandria. Then we will travel to the Frankton Eagles, our arch nemesis, if you will, taking on the Eagles on December the 21st on the road, followed by a week later at home against Blue River. Again, that'll be our first game after Christmas there on December the 28th, followed by a Friday night matchup at home against Eastern Hancock. Again, that'll be a JV start time, 6 o'clock varsity game to follow there against the Royals. Then the very next night on the road again at Muncie Burris, in which the Raiders will take on the Owls. Should be a very good ball game there for that one. Also on January the 12th through the 15th will be the Wapahoney boys basketball team. I believe they might be the first round bye there in that county tournament. I believe they might have that second game there in the county tournament. But again, that will be running from January the 12th through the 15th at Delta High School. Then the last stretch of games here following the county tournament, we have January the 21st at home against Randolph Southern. Then back on the road, we'll be heading to Chrysler Fieldhouse, take on the Newcastle Trojans. They're on the Saturday, January the 22nd. Then the 28th at Delta, February the 3rd on the road at Cowan. Then to wrap up the year, we have Union at home on Saturday, February the 5th. And then at Monroe Central on February the 11th. At Daleville on Friday, February the 18th, and then the final 2 games at home against the Yorktown Tigers. That should be a great matchup, so make sure to circle that one on your calendar. And then also at home for senior night there on February the 25th against the Shenandoah Raiders. So that's what things look like here, folks, for the Wapahoney Raider boys basketball team as they look to have another great year. Again, they wrapped up last year's season having a great year. Such great games. I believe we ended up finishing 18-8 on the season last year. Had quite a few close games that we lost. If you remember correctly, right there, within the first 3 games of the year, we lost back-to-back games against LaPel, and then Fort Wayne by 1 point in each of those. And that LaPel game was a half-court three-pointer that ended up winning a game. Yeah. We were very frustrated, to say the least. But really returning a great group of guys here, but no more Caleb Henderson, no more Justin Ray, no more Walker Cook, and no more Blake Castor there for Wapahoney. Graduated those 4 seniors from last year's team, so those shoes have got to be fulfilled with this year's team. And like I said, a lot of the same guys are back at it again this year. Isaac Andrews, Aiden Franks, Alden Mahaffey, Drayden Gates. You got Nathan Nelson, also Nick Cook, Joe Foster, just to name a couple of them. Then a few new guys here that played some a little bit last year, but might fulfill some other different roles throughout the course of the season. That's going to be Derek Cheatham, also as well as Tyler Elliott, Blake Frazee. He played a few years ago, didn't play last year, but coming back out to play some Raider basketball this year. Also a newcomer, and Zach Rawlings, also Mason Barton, Brian Gibson, Camden Gibson, as well as Brayson Rainwaters, Landon Rabenstein. Also Nate Luce, Mitch Fahey, Jalen Driscoll, Logan Wolf, Caleb Aber, Brock Zitgraff, and Noah Henderson. So again, running down everybody that's going to be coming out for the team this year. Again, nobody exactly set in stone as far as who's going to be on varsity, JV, so on and so forth. They're just starting practice, and they just started practice yesterday. They're on Monday, so they're kind of getting into the rhythm of things here slowly but surely. But looking forward to another basketball season. Like I said again last year, you had the Sectional 40 championship in which the Raiders beat Frankton, which that's always a good day at the office when you can beat the Eagles. But then lost there to Luke Brown and the Blackford Bruins there in the regional first round matchup there at LaPel. Great ball game. Ended up getting beat by 7. It was 52-45 there in that one. But like I said, you have pretty much, a good core group of the guys back. And obviously, those 4 seniors that graduated were a big part of the team, no doubt about it. At least 3 of them, 2 or 3 of them at minimum started on last year's starting lineup. And so you're going to have to replace those guys. That's going to be difficult. But I think we have more than enough depth and ammunition to be able to come out here and get the job done throughout the course of the year. So we're really looking forward to it. Again, you want to build off of what you started last year. and the success that you had. Build off of that, continue to get better. And because, like I said, 3-point threat is unreal. I mean, we've got guys that can probably shoot the thing from half court and drain it with ease, But obviously, you want to start taking the ball to the hole a little bit more as well, spread the ball out. That's going to only open up that outside shot even more. And again, anybody, I don't care who it is. It can be Andrews or Franks, Mahaffey, some of these newcomers. I don't care who it is. Everybody has that capability of draining that outside shot. It's just being able to make sure get that outside shot open. So you got to start attacking the rim a little bit more, open that offense, and spread that defense out a little bit more, and go to town from there. But another thing I really want to take a look at here for Wapahani, and something I talked a little bit about there with the girls basketball team, and that's free throw shooting. I think it's so important. I talk about it each and every single ball game. We ended up finishing the season, I believe it was right around 74% from the line, which overall, that's not too bad, to be quite honest with you. But you want to continue to get better each and every single game. And again, you never know when some of these games might come down to the wire right there. You might need that free throw to knock it down. It's so important to be able to execute on some of those opportunities. But again, the basic facets of the game, you got to perform at a high level, and we're looking forward to seeing what these guys can do. Again, starting up first game on November 23rd. That's a Tuesday night at Southwood. Again, JV start time 6 o'clock. Varsity game to follow. And then lastly here, we did want to take a look here. Again, we mentioned Red and White Night coming up this Friday night right out here from Raider Gymnasium. And this is what the schedule will look like for that. Again, all admission is free for the event. Again, that will be Selma Middle School sports participants, as well as cheerleaders, and also any Wapahani High School sports participants. Will have the bowling team, wrestling team, band, choir, you name it. We're going to pretty much have it out here again for our annual Red and White Night event. Now, they're also having a nacho dinner, again, starting at 5 p.m. That will last until 8 o'clock there on Friday night. Again, adults will be $8 for that nacho dinner. Children 12 years and under, $5. And then, again, we'll run it all the way throughout the evening here, starting at 6 o'clock. We'll have the 6th grade boys basketball all the way running through until the varsity and JV then plays right around 8 o'clock. So again, that's what that schedule looks like. We hope you all are able to come out and support all the teams, support all these the young kids there at the middle school level, and even some of these older kids at the high school level as well. And so we're really excited to get that started here on Friday night. So folks, now we're going to go ahead and switch gears a little bit here. Just come right over here, guys. We're going to introduce a couple of new guys to the broadcasting team. Go ahead and have a seat there. We have Landon Weller right here. Landon obviously plays baseball, but he's going to be helping us out this year. Him and another tall young man by the name of Grayson Davis, which we'll get to him here in just a second. But Landon, just kind of explain not only what grade what grade you're in. I've already talked about your baseball background, but talk a little bit about maybe why you just wanted to help us out.
So I'm Landon Miller. I'm a sophomore. It's kind of started because I talked to Luce after, and because I showed interest in it. I talked to Luce and told him I wanted to do it, and so he said that if I wanted to, I could throw a couple other guys together and we could kind of get this going. And it really helps us because come county time and sectional time, and from there we have to pay. And with this, we can consider this educational, and we don't have to pay to go to these games.
Exactly.
And then also, my uncle, he actually announces the Ball State basketball games and football games. He works
Okay.
at WLBC, so I've kind of sat next to him a couple times, and I've kind of enjoyed being next to him, so I think this would be a fun thing to do.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't actually know that, so that's pretty neat. But we're happy to have you.
Yep.
And like I said, a great young man. I think that's going to be a really neat thing for him. And I think this is going to be a really great thing for all of us. I was even telling him, and we're going to have Grayson on here in a second if you want to go ahead and hand things off there to Grayson. But I think it's going to be a really neat thing for us, again, to be able to have these guys. And this is what, one thing I was talking about, again, tall young man right here. But it's going to be important, I think, for us, as a broadcast team. Me and Redbeard, again, been going at this now for 10 years. And so it's nice to have some of these students come in here, see what we do, and be a part of it. And you never know, you might find some interest in it, and possibly want to do this outside of high school. And so you never know what might intrigue the interest there. But now I've got Grayson Davis. Just tell them what grade you're in, and a little bit about yourself, and why you decided that you just wanted to kind of hang out with us for a little bit.
All right. My name is Grayson Davis. I'm a junior at Wapahani. I kind of got roped into this by Landon Weller over here. Kind of convinced me that I need to be part of the squad, and then I'm a pretty outspoken person in general, so he thought I would make a pretty good case for this. I enjoy doing this in general. I started making horrible YouTube videos in elementary school, and ever since I've wanted to be outspoken and loud, and this just kind of fits for me.
Okay. Well, that's nothing, and like I said, you never know, you kind of get roped into something like this, but you might end up finding some interest in it and run with it. And you never know. You might want to do this, you might want to go to college for it, or Lord knows what.
We can only hope for the best.
Exactly. So, folks, that right there is Grayson Davis. Like I said, appreciate you for being here, Landon as well. And so those guys are going to be joining us. You can go ahead and head on back over there, bud. But Grayson and Landon both is going to be helping us out this year. And like I said, we wanted to do some new things and get them kind of acclimated a little bit, kind of give you guys a little bit of who they are, and who it's going to, who's going to be helping us out. And we're looking forward to Redbeard. You can come back over here if you want. I don't want to sit here by myself the whole time. But I think it's going to be a great thing for these guys to be able to, like I said, just help us out, become acclimated to what we do, and to get them possibly even intrigued into possibly doing this outside of high school. You never know. I know me personally, I would have never thought that I would have been doing this. I never went to school per se for anything like this. Did a little bit of minoring, things like that, but I didn't major in any kind of broadcasting or journalism, anything like that. But it kind of fell into my lap with all the announcing that I've done out here throughout the years. They thought that, it'd be nice to start this up when we did, 10 years ago. And lo and behold, I needed a cameraman. Boom, here's Redbeard.
Yep.
and we've been enjoying it. We love what we do. And so, again, this is where some of these new things are going to come into play. One of those two guys is going to be down doing interviews each and every single ball game that we have on the broadcast. There might be sometimes where we might not have them on there, but for the most part, we're going to have them on there. One of them's going to be doing some interviews. The other one's going to be coming on board and giving us some halftime stats, also some guest commentating throughout the course of the year as well. And so we just want to get them acclimated, kind of get their feet wet into this a little bit to get them interested and to see what all we do, because believe me, folks, this isn't some easy process. It's definitely a job, if you will, for whatever thing that we have to do. But we enjoy what we do. We love it, and I couldn't imagine really doing anything else. And not only that, but I couldn't imagine doing it for another school even. Yeah. So we have a great time. We appreciate each and every single one of you for always tuning in. But again, we want to thank you for joining us here for tonight's Raider Sports Report, the 2021-2022 basketball season preview show. Again, we'll see you back here again on the WHS Network Friday night for Red and White Night again out here from Raider Gymnasium. 6 o'clock start time there for that. Also, we'll have the Nacho Dinner at 5 p.m. if you guys want to come on out and support the athletic boosters as well as some middle school athletes and the high school athletes. So, folks, until then, I'm Brandon Morvillius, again alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, saying good night here on the WHS Network.